Please be seated. Welcome to the most important celebration happening in the world this morning. I'm Paul Kurgis, Dean of the Alexander Blewett III School of Law here at the University of Montana, and I'm delighted to welcome you to our 2018 commencement ceremony. Do you know that no one from the royal family even called to check on timing? Let's begin with a round of applause for Celtic Dragon Pipe Band. Nothing like bagpipe music to say celebration. It goes without saying that this is the most important ceremony for our graduates today, and it's a particularly special one for me because this is the first group of graduates of this law school that I have seen through from start to finish. One of my very first formal acts as dean here was to welcome this group to our law school at the University of Montana. They probably remember relatively little of their orientation week. I'm sure looking back it's a blur, but the lessons that we began to introduce to them in those first days continued on for the next 3 years and have shaped who they are as people. They learned to research and write briefs. They learned how to try a case, how to negotiate a contract. They competed on trial and moot court and negotiation teams. They worked on our Montana Law Review and our Public Land and Resources Law Review. They represented real people with real problems doing pro bono work and in their clinics. And along the way, they changed as people. They went from being law students to being lawyers. And that's who they become today. I'm pleased to introduce our stage party today. From your left to right, our registrar, Maria Mangold, our 2018 graduation speaker, Denise Juneau, incoming superintendent of the Seattle Public Schools, the president of the University of Montana, Seth Bodner, our reader today, Professor Emeritus Greg Monroe, Associate Dean of Students and Professor of Law Hillary Wandler, and Associate Dean of Academic Affairs and Professor of Law Larry Howell. And thank you to Denise May for our sign language interpretation today. We sometimes forget that our law school sits on the traditional territory of the Salish people. Article 10 of the Montana Constitution recognizes the distinct and unique cultural heritage of American Indians and commits institutions like ours to educate with the goal of preserving their cultural integrity. We have a long tradition at this law school of doing just that, including the oldest Indian law clinic in the country, the Marjorie Hunter Brown Clinic. We take very seriously our responsibilities to and our relationship with the tribes in the state of Montana. In recognition of the importance of tribal culture and tribal nations, every graduation has featured a drum group performing an honor song in recognition of the accomplishments of the graduating class. Today, William Whitegrass, his daughters Audrey and Violet Whitegrass, and Jake Lahr will now sing an honor song. Please stand if you're able and remove your hats or tams. Please be seated. Now I'm pleased to introduce Hillary Wandler, our Associate Dean of Students, to announce the Student Graduation Awards.
Good morning. From the fall of 2015 until today, this class has explored the ever forward movement of the law with intellectual curiosity and vigor. They have demonstrated integrity and a commitment to compassionate service. Today, I am honored to share with you the names of those in the class of 2018 who have embodied these characteristics and shown us the terms counselor and advocate have the noblest of purposes and intentions. As I read the names of the award recipients, I ask each recipient to stand. John P. Aker Award to recognize outstanding achievement, Emily Gutierrez Caton. The Clinical Legal Education Outstanding Student Award for Excellence in Fieldwork and Excellence in the Seminar component of the clinic, Chelsea Bissell. The Edward A. Kremer Award for the Best Research Paper in the Field of Environmental Law, John Aker Byorth and Kirsa Shelke. The Dean's Award for Recognition of Student Leadership, Sarah Nicole Snow Kotke. The Fran Algie Award for Recognition of Demonstrated Commitment to Human Equality, Lillian Marie Alvarez. The William S. Frost and Maylin Smith Award to acknowledge a strong commitment and enthusiasm for protecting and enhancing the rights of Indian peoples and tribes, John Aker Byorth. The Norman Hansen Legal Writing Award for the Best Appellate Brief in Appellate Advocacy, Lincoln Palmer. The International Academy of Trial Lawyers Student Advocacy Award for students who demonstrate an overall ability in trial advocacy by high achievement in trial practice, evidence, and pleading and procedure courses, Jenna Peniel Lyons and Jake Schwaller. The Justin Miller Award for Outstanding Leadership of the Montana Law Review, Eric Michael Anderson and Emily Gutierrez Caton. The Carol Mitchell Award for Demonstrated Excellence in the Study and Practice of Alternative Dispute Resolution, Jamie J. Hill and Nicholas David Connor. The Order of Barristers for Outstanding Achievement in Appellate Advocacy, Chelsea Bissell, John Aker Byorth, Jesse Flickinger, Benjamin J. Langford, Corey Losing, Jody Lowenstein, and Rachel Glenn Pannebecker. The Outstanding Law Student Award, awarded by the Student Bar Association, Lillian Marie Alvarez. The Phi Delta Phi Award, awarded to an outstanding senior by the Phi Delta Phi fraternity, Asa Holman. and the Exceptional Pro Bono Legal Services Award to recognize exceptional volunteer legal services as a law student, Jamie J. Hill.
As we celebrate today the accomplishments of our graduates, I would like to also acknowledge some of the individuals who have helped guide them through this arduous path of law school to the success that they all achieve today. I'd like to first recognize the faculty of the Blewett School of Law. Please stand. We couldn't do all that we do without having an outstanding staff at our law school. And for many students, the staff are the ones that they get to know the most and who help them the most navigate what can be a difficult and sometimes tricky bureaucracy. So I'd like to also recognize our staff today. Would you please stand? And you'll notice in our program our faculty and staff awards for this year. I'd like to now welcome to the stage this year's class speaker. Each year the graduating class selects one of its number to deliver a student address. I'm pleased to introduce John Byorth, candidate for the degree of Juris Doctor.
Good morning. I'm honored and privileged to stand before you as a class speaker for the class of 2018 at the Alexander Blewett III School of Law here at the University of Montana. Unlike my grandfather, my uncle, and my brother, who are all graduates of the old University School of Law, today my fellow classmates and I have the distinct pleasure to say that we came, we saw, and we blew it. For those of you in the crowd who suspect I look a little old to be a law student, you're not the only ones. At the beginning of each year, it wasn't uncommon for new bright-eyed students to ask if I was a professor. I never had the heart to mess with them on their first day of school, as it really is an anxious and exciting time. You're bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, ready to take on the world and perhaps even change it with the lessons you're about to receive. I just thought it would be cruel to tell them the truth, and I did. That no, I wasn't a professor. This is just what you're going to look like after a couple of years. I think it is incumbent upon me to say one thing on behalf of my class, and that is we owe everyone in this room, and perhaps many more who are not here today, a debt of gratitude that cannot easily be repaid. This is not a casual thanks, but a grave feeling that I know we all feel deep in our hearts, that we simply cannot have done this without you. It comes from a place of humility, because without a doubt, we recognize that law school is a selfish endeavor. Law school demands everything you have to give, and we have given. It is brutal on relationships, and many don't survive. And yet, here you all are, seeing this through to the end with us. We all share in this accomplishment together. So thank you so dearly to our moms and our dads, our brothers and our sisters, our aunts and our uncles. Thank you so dearly to our grandmas and grandpas. Thank you to our husbands and wives and boyfriends and girlfriends. Thank you to all of our friends. Thanks, Newt. And especially thank you to all those little law kids out there who survived this with their parents. Thank you for supporting us, for propping us up, for giving us shoulders to lean on and cry on. Thank you for listening, for letting us excitedly tell you about each and every doctrine of law we learned. Thank you for not rolling your eyes when we casually drop fancy Latin terms like sua sponte, res judicata. Once I even illustrated the old English tradition of the livery of seisin, which was a ritual performed during the transference of property back in the feudal ages. The grantor hands a stick or a handful of earth to the grantee, and it symbolizes the transfer of that property. And then they promptly turn to the youngest relative and cuff them about the head and shoulders so that they can testify to that transaction long in the future. So I suppose I should apologize to my godson and nephew Joe for that. I don't think he saw it coming. This is all to say that I'm certain that each and every one of you has now been law-splained to enough times that you actually know what it's like to sit in one of our lectures. You sort of glaze over, your ears start to ring, maybe you start thinking about all the things you could be doing with your life. Or if you're like some of my younger classmates, you surf the web, check out recipes or scores or social media. Either way, I'm sure you felt trapped until you snapped out of it and rejoined our lecture, and then you realize that you have no idea what we were talking about, and so you just nod. I see some people doing it right now. Thank you for letting us whine about the unrealistic expectations of law school, about the unfairness of this test or that grade, despite all the hours of studying. Thank you for letting us complain about the ease with which we fell so far behind just because we want to take one weekend off, more than likely to spend time with you, law-splaining. So I ask my classmates to please rise and give your loved ones some much-needed gratitude, attention, and applause. They deserve it. Of course, none of this would be possible without the people who have made our lives so miserably enriched. Despite often being the source of our angst, you have also been our best allies, our confidants, and our mentors. You have seen us at our best and our worst, and you deserve our profound gratitude. Thank you to all the deans, professors, and staff. So what was this fuss all about anyway? You know, why the drama? It's fair to say that each classmate has read thousands and thousands of pages from mind-numbing books that cost hundreds and hundreds of dollars, excepting, of course, the brilliant published works in prose of our esteemed professors. We have written hundreds of pages of briefs, essays, motions, articles, papers, and just notes. I measured mine, it was over 78 inches tall. We have tried cases and presented oral arguments and somehow found time to grab a beer or even a couple hours of sleep. You summon all of your willpower and discipline to memorize and understand the law. And then the next day, when you're cold called in class, you utterly forget everything you read and stare into the beady, scrutinizing eyes of a professor while 67 other people look on, nodding, just thankful it's not them. It is a very humbling experience, learning a new language, learning to research, write, think, and argue like a lawyer, which I'm sure all of you in the audience figured argumentation was the one thing none of us needed help with. The good news is that the drama of law school is now over. The bad news is that tomorrow, the drama of the bar begins. So please don't toss your earplugs just yet. There's going to be a few things we're going to want to talk at you about for the next couple of months. Once the bar is done and the swelling goes down, most of us will stay here in Montana, get a job, hopefully pay off our student debts, and in the process, perhaps even effectuate that change in the world that we so earnestly hope for as bright-eyed, bushy-tailed first-year students. That is not necessarily an easy thing to do as a lawyer, especially as today we graduate into a divided, polarized world in which common decency seems to be a relic of the past. And here we are, freshly trained to operate in an adversarial system of justice that by its very nature is divisive. Ironically, I believe that in our pursuit of justice as lawyers, in our zealous advocacy for our clients, we are the exact people who are in a position to maintain and promote decency through our counseling. So go forth, my friends. Show everyone what you got. The class of 2018 is the best and brightest the state has to offer, Montana's most decent and most promising. I look forward to seeing all the amazing things you'll do for our great state of Montana and your communities beyond. Thank you.
I have the distinct privilege of welcoming our speaker today, Denise Juneau. An enrolled member of the Mandan, Hidatsa, and Arikara tribes, and as well as a descendant of the Blackfeet, Denise graduated from Browning High School in 1985 and went on to Montana State University, where she earned a degree in English. After college, she went to Boston and received her master's in education from Harvard University, and then came back to Montana to join the Montana Office of Public Instruction, where she served as Director of Indian Education, overseeing the implementation of Montana's constitutionally mandated Indian Education for All program. She comes from a line of educators. Both of her parents were teachers in the Browning school system, and she has dedicated her life to education. But in 2001, she decided to take a detour and come to this law school. She graduated in 2004, having been a stellar student here, and went on to clerk for the Montana Supreme Court. But she felt the pull of education continually drawing her back, and she returned to the Office of Public Instruction. In 2008, she was elected Superintendent of Public Instruction, becoming the first Native American woman elected to statewide office in Montana. She will start the next chapter of her extraordinary life in public service and education this summer when she takes over as superintendent of the Seattle Public Schools, making history again as she becomes Seattle's first Native American superintendent. Please join me in welcoming Denise Juneau.
Thank you. It's really great to be here. I hate following student speakers. They're always so good and funny, and they know the class, but good job, John. So President Bonner, Dean Kurgis, faculty, staff, family and friends, and graduates. It's an honor to be here to share this day with you. And to the class of 2018, today is such an exciting occasion. You are graduating from the very best law school in Montana. That's very cool, so congratulations. When Dean Kurgis asked me to be the commencement speaker, I thought, how awesome. I asked him what he thought I should talk about today, and he said, just be yourself. You have such a warm personality. And I thought, what a great compliment. And then I looked up the word warm in the dictionary, and it said not so hot. So, not sure if that was a compliment or not, but I'll take it. I did graduate from this law school in 2004. That was a long, long time ago. And guess what? I just paid off my student loan debt this year. Yep, thank you. So you all have that to look forward to. You too will be able to pay off your debt when you're in your 50s. When my classmates and I were 1Ls in 2001, our worldview changed on September 11th. We woke up to an act of terrorism that brought down the Twin Towers in New York City. A bunch of us hung out at the law school because we really didn't know what else to do. And as we struggled to figure out what happened and why, the weightiness of our soon-to-be responsibilities as new attorneys fell upon us. Having to struggle with issues of civil liberties in a time of terrorism, public service in a time of fear, and a new way of navigating the world brought us closer together from the start. Those are the issues we all still deal with in our everyday lives. You just have to go through a TSA security line at the airport to see how we are all still living with 9/11. We continue to live in a time of hope and fear, of emotional ups and downs, a time of division and change. However, it's not the first time in our history when our country has been divided. After all, our country has been through a civil war. More recently, we had the civil rights movement and the anti-war movement. It's also not the first time people have reacted and become activated out of fear. Think of the Committee on Un-American Activities, the internment of Japanese Americans, and the forcible moving of American Indians to reservations. Attorneys have been there to work to right those wrongs. What seems to be different now is the lack of a sense of the common good and instead a focus on individual gain. It's hard to imagine people today being willing to agree on a document as lofty as our state or our country's constitution. And that's where you come in. As attorneys, you have a heightened duty to the next generations to continue to take on those big issues and to continue to bend the arc of history toward justice. Throughout history, it's been lawyers who have helped us inch toward equality, civil rights, marriage equality, school desegregation, a woman's right to choose. Continue to find those small ways like voting and big ways like going to court to make progress for our society. Even smaller issues like making families whole through adoption, writing wills so people have their wishes followed upon their death, drafting contracts for new small businesses, or helping a victim find justice. All of the work an attorney does helps others and can further the values of a just society. Our challenge and our opportunity is to protect the progress we have gained as a society and to work for an even better tomorrow. Your work as an attorney is vitally important in today's context. We must find a way through our bitter partisan politics and our ideological divides in order to create a fair and just society for all. And a lot of that work will be done through the law. Be proud of your work and be proud of your profession. Don't listen to those lawyer jokes unless they're really good ones. And remember, when people get in trouble or they need something to change, who do they call? Not Ghostbusters. They call an attorney. Since I graduated, the law school has a new name, a new building, a new dean, and a few new professors. But I do see a few professors that help teach me too. So thank you, faculty, for your role in shaping the future through your students. If my graduating class is any indication of the success of UM faculty, they did not do too bad. As the years go by, graduates, you will have fun watching the great things your classmates will do. My classmates have gone on to become sole practitioners, big law firm attorneys, public service attorneys, and law school professors like Hillary Wandler in my class. Some of my classmates are politicians, environmental law attorneys, and a soon-to-be district judge. You'll get to celebrate as your classmates get married, have kids, get jobs, lose jobs, get another job, prosecute, defend, provide public service, win big cases, make the news on controversial cases, get big settlements for their clients, and that's when you'll think, I knew I should have been a trial attorney. Like I said, so much has changed since I graduated. When I started, I was a mid-career law student. As you heard, I was a teacher, I was an educator who decided to go to law school. And today, I'm a teacher and an educator. Still the same. Actually, a whole lot has happened in between my law school graduation and now. I clerked at the Montana Supreme Court. I practiced law for a minute. I ran for statewide elected office and twice served as our state superintendent of public instruction. And in doing so, I became the first American Indian woman elected to a statewide executive office in the country. When I was termed out, I ran for a campaign for Congress and lost, but I don't feel bad about losing because I know our campaign inspired a lot of people. I met parents whose greatest hope is that their children live happy and healthy lives. I talked with elders who still have the fire in their belly and the spark in their eyes to work for change. They believe that we can and that we will do better. Their faith in the future fuels me to continue my work. I believe our most important work is to do whatever we can to achieve equality and justice in our lifetime. That work is more important than ever before. Plus, it's important to step up and do hard things. That's what law school helped me to do. It gave me confidence to do the hard things. It taught me to think critically and to question the status quo. One time I pushed back and did not implement one of the policies from the Federal Department of Education because it did not fit our rural state. And I remember being on the phone with them, and they introduced the people who were on their side of on the call in their room. And they said, well, I'm Assistant Secretary so-and-so, Assistant Secretary, Deputy Secretary, a few attorneys in the room. And then they asked who was on the call with me, and I said, just me. And it was true. And we got a partial win that day. And I credit my law degree with being able to stand strong on the right issues. By graduating from law school, you have proven that you can do hard things, like pass torts, property law, Civ Pro, contracts, getting through moot court, law review, and clinic, hard things. Organizing the annual smoker, oh, never mind, I heard you guys weren't that great at that. Your next step of studying for and passing the bar will again prove that you can do hard things. Taking your responsibility for creating a more just society, hard, but you can do it. So I've been trying to get myself healthy and fit by taking a few workout classes. And when I go to the gym, my body pump instructor always encourages our class by yelling at us, "You can do hard things." Now she means that we can put that extra 5-pound weight on the bar and do our squats to the song Me Too by Meghan Trainor. But every time she says it, I am like, yes, I can do hard things. So as an attorney, when you have the opportunity to step up and do something extraordinary and something hard, just hum a little Meghan Trainor and say yes. We need you new attorneys to step up, dream big, and have faith that things can be better, and to show us that we have much more in common with each other than what sets us apart. You now get to work toward achieving justice for all. All you have to do is simply look at the news to see attorneys stepping up to protect our constitutional rights, our civil rights, and our human rights. They are helping those without a voice find one when they have to stand up to people with money and power. Attorneys are helping new immigrants coming to this country. They are helping tribes assert their sovereignty. They are helping women be brave and tell their story about sexual assault. They are helping people feel safe and to know their rights, and they are working on behalf of our most vulnerable. And just know that you don't have to actually practice law to make a difference. A law degree opens so many doors and gives you the confidence to walk through them. I chose to give back through helping others become educated. I chose to go the public service route. I chose to run for office. And now I'm choosing to head west to the other Washington to be Seattle Public Schools' next superintendent. My advice to you is to be ready. Be ready for exciting opportunities and take advantage of them. You will find that your career paths will not be a straight line. It may not even be in law. Choose to take the risks and walk through those doors that open to you because of your law degree. So what does today mean to you? You've juggled exams, families, jobs, and life challenges to walk across this stage today. The diploma you receive today represents a lot of hard work and sacrifice. The education you earned here is a gift that you will continue to unwrap for the rest of your life. It's also an opportunity, a commitment, an obligation to go forward and do great things for yourself, your family, and our world. The diploma you receive today gives you the responsibility to take your knowledge and your education to make your community, our state, and our country a better place for future generations. So whether you go to work for a large law firm, start your own, or become a public servant, or even if you become a TV judge, you get to forge a path of your own making. It's an exciting and challenging time, and make the most of it. Finally, like John said, we all know that none of us is smart enough to go it alone. I had a lot of help in my life and in my career. And every time I take a new step in my career, my parents and my friends have been there, cheering me on. With every new job, my dad always proudly says, "Not bad for a girl from Browning." You have your own cheerleaders in this auditorium today. I know that they are really, really proud of you. We are better people because of our parents, our grandparents, friends, teachers, and classmates. So please find those special people in the next couple of days and thank them for their help in helping you to graduate today. As your name is called to receive your diploma, stand tall just like you practiced and think to yourself, "I will not trip." And as you turn to the audience, you will hear cheers for reaching this significant milestone and achievement in your life. Take it all in today. Take it all in, celebrate today, and then maybe tomorrow, get ready to study for the bar. Good luck, class of 2018. Congratulations. I know we all look forward to seeing what you do next, so make it good. Thank you.
We have a couple of gifts for Denise, and I'm going to go ahead and ruin the surprise here so she doesn't have to deal with unwrapping on the stage. We hope that these, Denise, are items that remind you a little bit of home. We have a beautiful Pendleton blanket in the Glacier National Park motif, as well as an umbrella in the Glacier National Park motif, which you may need in Seattle. There you are. Now, please welcome Professor Emeritus Greg Monroe, this year's student-elected reader.
Will the first row of candidates for the advanced professional degree Juris Doctor please rise? Benjamin Almy. Lillian Marie Alvernes with a certificate in American Indian Law. Eric Michael Anderson. Larissa K. Anderson. Nicole Kathleen Auer. Casey James Barrett. Chelsea Bissell. graduating with honors. Natalie L. Black, graduating with honors. Richard Spencer Bradford. Catherine Marion Brodegam. Timothy Brothwell, graduating with honors. Marcus J. Browers. Jonah Brown. John Aker Byorth, graduating with a certificate in American Indian Law and certificate in Natural Resources and Environmental Law. Emily Gutierrez Caton, graduating with high honors. Naomi J. Cheney. Nicholas D. Connor, graduating with an alternative dispute resolution certificate. Sarah Dano. Kayla Downing. Laura Veronica Ferrari Agudello. Jesse Flickinger, graduating with honors. Angelica M. Gonzalez Urabari. Scott Green. James R. Harper with a certificate in American Indian Law. Dylan Haskell, graduating with honors. Carrie Hurd, graduating with high honors. Jamie J. Hill. Asa Holman. Taylor Nicole Johnson. Elise Couts Holbrook. Sarah Nicole Snow Kotke with a certificate in Natural Resources and Environmental Law. Benjamin J. Langford. David J. Lee. Corey Lozing, graduating with honors. Jody Lowenstein, graduating with high honors. Jenna Peniel Lyons. Melinda McCarty, graduating with honors. Jesse Medeiros. Ramon Mercado. Bria Marie Mitchell. Megan Leanne Miller. Michael Moree. Jennifer Morgan. John Floyd Howard Nesbitt. Lincoln Palmer, graduating with honors. Rachel Glenn Pannebecker. Rydell Peterson. Alyssa Lene Probst, graduating with honors. Preston Rammel. Seth H. Rogers. Richard Lee Solois. Jake Swaller. Kirsa Shelke, graduating with a certificate in American Indian Law and in Natural Resources and Environmental Law. Jason Silstrop. Emily Slike. Ketchira Noel Stahl. Amber Stenson, graduating with honors. Robert Brent Tomlinson. Cassidy West. Hannah M. Wilson. Hannah Woolsey. Weston Grant Young. Christine Zadra.
Please join me in congratulating the class of 2018. I know. All right, now the most important part is next. It's not official without this. Will the class of 2018 please rise? President Bodnar, on behalf of the faculty of the Alexander Blewett III School of Law at the University of Montana, I am pleased to present these candidates for the Juris Doctor degree.
All right, thank you, Dean Kurgis. And I just want to offer my heartfelt congratulations to the class of 2018. You are today graduating from one of the finest law schools in the land. Your faculty are world class. They've educated you well, they've prepared you well, and I believe that over the course of your career, your understanding of the quality of education that you've received here at the University of Montana will only enhance. But today you're not just receiving a degree, you're entering a profession. And you are entering a profession in which you are the defenders of liberty. You are the protectors of our Constitution. You are the safeguards of equality of opportunity. You are critical to the future of this state and this country. And while you have received a well-deserved award today, you will continue over the course of your career to earn that degree and earn this profession into which you are entering. And I am so honored to be here with you as you finish one journey and begin another. And so it is with great joy that I proclaim, by the virtue of the authority of the Regents of the Montana University System, and upon the recommendation of the faculty, I confer the Juris Doctor degrees upon those of you who have successfully completed all the requirements. Ladies and gentlemen, let us recognize the class of 2018.
Please be seated. You began your law school career by taking an oath, and by our tradition, I have the opportunity to issue you a charge to start you off on your legal career. This is my charge to you. Never forget why you came to law school. Law school is expensive, and it's hard, and it takes 3 years out of your life, and lawyers are the subject of jokes, and law schools have been criticized, but you made a decision to come anyway. Why? Something about the profession of law sparked your imagination. Something about the pursuit of a career in justice and in public service motivated you to go through this ordeal. Never forget that. It's easy in the competition of law school to lose sight of some of those goals, and it becomes even easier as you go out and you struggle for clients and you think about billable hours and repaying student loans and all of that. Many of you will, I hope most, if not all, will do very well in your careers. You'll be successful, and you'll earn money and go on to do great things. And those of you who do well will end up well off. Those of you who do good will end up better off. Thank you, and please all join us for a celebratory brunch over in the atrium of the law school immediately following the ceremony.